Hey guys, my name is Amanda and welcome to my channel. I am so happy to have you here today and happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday and staying safe. Today's video is all about gingerbread men. I hope that you enjoy it. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing and also giving me a big thumbs up as that really helps me out here on YouTube. And with all of that being said, let's jump right into the video. For my first DIY, I'm going to share this gorgeous wreath on a budget. If you have a rather skimpy evergreen wreath form, like I did that I got from a thrift store, or you can also get some from Dollar Tree, and you have a large Dollar Tree wreath form, you can combine these to make a larger wreath. I grabbed some of these evergreen ties from the Dollar Tree and used them to secure my wreath form in place by just tying them on at several different places, and that way when I wrap on some Dollar Tree garland, my wreath is not moving around on me. So this is what I did just to create a larger base because I really want a big impact with this wreath. Now I'm just going to be fluffing up the branches every which way to try and make sure that they take up as much space as possible and look nice. So here's what I have. Then you can fill in that space with this Dollar Tree garland. I just went ahead and wrapped it around, and I'm also going to be adding so much to this wreath that I don't mind little spaces here and there, but this is just a great way to make a wide wreath if you're going to be adding wide items. So here's what that looks like. Now I have this bowl filler from Hobby Lobby. You can purchase it 50 or 60% off right now, and it was $11.99 to begin with, so you can get it for $5 or $6, which is a really great deal because it comes with all of these amazing things. And I feel like at Dollar Tree, each one of these pieces of fruit would be sold separately, so I think it's a really good deal. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue this fruit down, kind of nestling it in between the evergreen branches and using generous amounts of hot glue. I don't have a particular rhyme or reason. I'm just doing it how I think that it looks pretty. I do kind of try to go left, right, or up, down, just to make sure that I draw interest in the entire wreath. And for the little cinnamon sticks, I just use the branches to kind of tie those on. I'm trying to use as little bit of glue as possible, so just dabs here and there, whatever it takes to get this held on. These berries just kind of stab in there pretty well, and I'm just going to do this until I use my entire box of filler. Then I have these two cute little foam gingerbread men that I decorated, and you'll see later on in the video how I decorated these. Really simple with just some glitter and some puffy paint, but I'm going to glue two of them on to the bottom of this wreath in a space that I have reserved. And this is so fast, so easy, but I think it is absolutely stunning, and we are going to have something to go with it. I absolutely love matching sets, and I think that this wreath is so pretty that it needs a centerpiece to go with it. So that is what we will be making next. But please let me know what you think about this. Would you put this in your kitchen? That is where mine's going, in my kitchen / small dining room. Okay guys, now let's jump into the next idea, which is to create a centerpiece to match this wreath. So I have this wood round from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using it as my base, so of course I will be removing the hanger. I have another little skimpy wreath form from the thrift store, but again, you can find these evergreen wreaths at Dollar Tree. So I'm going to take this wood round and I'm going to attach this wreath form to it by adding hot glue to the back of the wreath form and making sure that there are no branches in the way. I will then place this wood round on top and add some hot glue between where the two meet. Once that is done, you can flip it over and fluff out the evergreen branches. Once they are all fluffed out, I'm going to start adding my embellishments and my decorations, but this is the easy base. Now I'm going to take these these foam pieces from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to glue 3 of them down. Just make sure that your candles are going to fit the way you want them. So I'm just kind of sizing everything out. I want 1 candle on a foam block and 1 sitting down on my base. So there is that. Now I'm going to start adding decorations. So this is just a little pick from the Dollar Tree. I only had 1, but you could use more if you like. And then I'm going to use another container of this filler from Hobby Lobby that you can purchase for about $5 on sale. And I am just going to start placing all of the pieces in between the evergreen branches, similar to what we did with the wreath. I'm also going to glue 2 of those pieces of fruit to the other 2 pieces of styrofoam. This is so easy, and I think it is so pretty. I love the fact that it matches the wreath. So just gluing these pieces down, using the branches to add the cinnamon sticks, and just making sure that everything is kind of even and there are no large gaps. And once I get all that done, we are going to jazz up our candles a little bit by just gluing on a couple more of my little foam gingerbread men with a tiny dab of hot glue, gluing them right on. Once I get them glued on and positioned, then I'm going to fill in the middle. I'm going to take some of these garland ties from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to just kind of fold them over, add a little bit of hot glue to the bottom, and just tuck them in and around these pieces in the middle of my centerpiece. This will just fill everything in nicely, leaving no gaps, and everything will just kind of flow cohesively. So you can see what I'm doing here, just kind of adding the branches where needed. Once they are folded over, just tucking them down. Now I'm going to use some berries from Dollar Tree. Just cut 1 branch apart and just add little pieces here and there to the middle of the centerpiece, just where I want to jazz it up a little bit. And then you have an absolutely stunning, beautiful centerpiece that matches our wreath. I feel like both of these are something that could be seen in a Hobby Lobby or a home decor store, and we made them on a budget for everything. I think I spent probably about under $15, considering I already had the candles on hand, but I think that is such a great deal for a set, and I hope you like it as well. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And now let's do a cute, easy, fun little idea. So Dollar Tree sells these little gingerbread man ornaments, and they also sell this decorative shred. I thought it would be a perfect idea to just shove the shred inside of the gingerbread men, filling them out for the gingerbread color. You could also add paint to the inside if you'd rather. I just wanted to try something a little bit different, so you can just use a little wooden dowel rod if you need to help you shove the shred, I don't know why that's so hard for me to say, down into the ornament. And this is what it looks like. Then I just decorate them with some puffy paint from Dollar Tree, do their little face and their little embellishments. So easy peasy. Once you get them all decorated, you can then go ahead and add the tops back on. And I do add little strips of Dollar Tree fabric around the tops, but I think these are adorable, and not only as an ornament, but you could also use them on a tiered tray. They do stand on their own, so they're just the perfect little piece for your gingerbread or even Candyland decor. So here, just adding that little piece of Dollar Tree fabric to the top, trimming it down, and then we will be all set. So let me know what you think of the idea of using this paper shred on the inside of these ornaments. And here is what they look like. Just place them in my candy tree to show them off, but I'm not quite sure where they are going to land yet. Possibly on a tier tray again, but here's what they look like, and I hope you like them. All right, our next idea is some miniature snow globe ornaments. So you can find these little plastic bowls at the Dollar Tree for $6 a pack. Of course, you can find mini trees. I found these at Dollar General. I like these ones. I'm going to glue one of the smaller trees in the bottom of one of my little plastic dishes and add some Dollar Tree snow. You can also use this Dollar Tree fix-all. It's a little better than hot glue, although full disclosure, instead of squirting it out like this, next time I will use a Q-tip so I have better control and I don't slop as much glue. Then place your other bowl on top upside down, and here's what you have. Now just go ahead and decorate the top. I'm adding one of those little bows that I'm using in this video, and here is what my little tree ornament looks like. Oh, I did go ahead and add a little piece of looped over twine to the top to be a hanger. And here's another idea of how you could do one of these. I grabbed these ornament sets from Walmart for $2.48. I grabbed a little gingerbread that I liked and that little spoon that I thought was cute and glued it to my gingerbread's hand. I'm then going to glue my gingerbread's feet to the bottom of one of those bowls, add some snow, and then of course add the top back on. Here I'm showing you how I added that little twine hanger. I just looped a piece of twine over and knotted it, and then of course adding a little bow on top. And here is what these adorable, inexpensive little snow globe ornaments look like. Again, they come $6.2 a pack, so you could make 3 of them for $1.25 plus embellishments. I think this will be so fun to do with kiddos, and there is so many different things you could put on the insides of these. Definitely a super fun way to get creative. This next one is inspired by Jackie over at Crafty and Mimi's World, but that is what mine looks like. I had so much fun with this. I am usually not good with drawing little things. My hands get shaky, but I had a great time with this. You'll need some Dollar Tree crates. I have 5 here. You'll need some tiny houses. You can use one from Dollar Tree, or I got these from Target, $3 for 2. You will glue your crates into sets of 2. You will do this twice. Your back row will be flipped upside down, and then you will glue your 2 sets together, so you're using a total of 4 crates. Then you will take your 5th crate, add some glue to the edges, and flip it on your back row right in the middle like so. So this is what this should look like. Now you'll take your little houses. Again, these are from Target, but you could find any little houses that you like or any other thing that you like and put on either side of this upside down crate. Then I'm going to add a house to the middle like so, and then I am going to spray paint this entire thing with some warm caramel spray paint by Rust-Oleum. Now I'm taking my painter pen to add the details. Again, my hands are a little shaky, so I didn't want to add the details with puffy paint. I wanted to get a little more control, but you can do this any way you like. I just added doors on my houses and little windows on my houses. Again, you can get as detailed as you want to, and then you can begin the fun with the puffy paint. So here I am just adding in some little windows and having fun with this. This is what it should look like at this point, or something similar. Now, Dollar Tree sells this puffy paint or fabric paint. I'm going to add it to the roofs of my houses. You can add as much or as little as you want to. I love a snowy look, so I added tons. I also added a whole bunch on that upside down crate there in the middle to give that a snowy appearance. I added some snow between each house and in front of each house. I just kind of went crazy with the snow. In total, I used 3 of these little fabric paint or puffy paints from the Dollar Tree. But if you're at a craft store, you could grab a larger tube. So that's just kind of reference for you, but still not a bad price at all. I outlined the front of my houses. Here I am adding a little bit to the front of this. I do go ahead and add some to the very front of the front crate as well. So however you want to do that, I added a little bit of glitter. Now the fun can begin for decorating. These are from Walmart, but Hobby Lobby sells little things like those little gumdrops. They also sell these gingerbread pieces. Now just glue them any way you like. I stood up a couple of gingerbread men on either side of my larger house. I did add some hot glue to the little hands that were touching the house to stand them upright until my puffy paint dried. I added some gumdrops. I added some more gingerbread pieces where I thought it was pretty. And then I put some peppermint sticks and some little peppermint candies in the front of this. But you could put anything you like. You could even put hot cocoa supplies or regular candy canes. The sky is the limit. So I really hope that you like that idea. I was actually really excited with how this came out. This next DIY is super fun to do, and I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you could create this. So you will need 3 or more of these snowflake bunches from the Dollar Tree. There's 4 snowflakes to a little string here, and they're twined together like so. I grabbed 3 sets of 4, but if you want your garland longer, you might want to grab more sets. So you'll begin by untying each snowflake like this. And that way you can spray paint or hand paint. I opted to spray paint. I'm going to spray paint with this Warm Caramel by Rust-Oleum. So I'm showing you that I saved my twine pieces and the 2 longer twine pieces for the end of my garland. Now I'm going to spray paint both sides of these snowflakes to look like cookies. Here is what they look like. I love this caramel color. I really think it looks like gingerbread. So the first idea is to use a painter's pen. I purchased this at Walmart, I think for around $3. I honestly don't care for how it dries. It dries really flat and kind of faded. But if you don't mind that, then this is an option for you. It's a little bit quicker than using fabric paint, but I really don't like the look as much. So this is what it looks like with the paint marker. Now you can grab fabric paint from the Dollar Tree. I couldn't find any, so I grabbed this at Walmart for about $5 for this huge thing, which I honestly think is probably a better deal than grabbing the smaller ones at Dollar Tree. But I am going to just paint these snowflakes the same way I did with the paint pen, except I'm using this puff paint. Side note here, you can speed along the drying process of this fabric paint by using your heat gun on low, about 6 to 8 inches away from your project. I had to do that to speed mine up a little bit. But while it is still wet, I am adding some glitter on top so it can dry into this fabric paint. And here is what that looks like. Now you want to tie your snowflakes together using that discarded twine. I am going to tell you that one snowflake from each set only has 1 hole. As you can see, each snowflake has 2 holes, one on either side, but one of them from each set, as I said, will only have 1 hole. So that means out of all of the ones I had 3 that only had 1 hole. So I used 2 of those, one on either side of the end of my garland, and then I just discarded that extra one. You can use it on a tier tray or something like that, but for the one on either end, you can just make sure the arm of that last snowflake with no hole is facing outward. Then you can take your twine, which is going to be our hanger, and you can just tie it on that arm, or you can glue it to the back, and that way you have a hanger on either side of this garland. And here is what this garland looks like. I think it is so pretty with my gingerbread decor. It is a gorgeous faux gingerbread cookie. I absolutely love them. You can do these with any of Dollar Tree's wood cutouts. They are so fun and easy to make. I know I'm not the first creator to do something like this, but I love it and I think it just looks really pretty. So the next idea I'm going to share with you today is a revamp. I saw a cute little gingerbread man at Dollar Tree in the plus section for $5. This is what he looked like. I love him, but I thought he could use a little bit of a makeover. I thought his embellishments looked a little cheap, and I thought I could do better. So I'm going to begin by nakifying him. I'm going to rip off his little apron, but I'm going to set it aside because I am going to use it as a template. I am showing you that there are some like little glue spills. He's a little bit poorly made, but again, we're going to fix him up. I cut off this large tag. I take off his bow tie, and I was going to replace his nose with a smaller pom-pom, but my son almost had a heart attack and said, "Mom, please, please, please don't touch his nose. I love it." So I did not, but that is an idea. And I also removed that that little embellishment on the hat. Now I'm just tracing the apron onto some Dollar Tree fabric so I can just create a higher end looking apron. I cut it out, and then I'm going to cut out 3 strands, one for the neck of the apron and 2 for the apron ties. Once I get my little strands cut out, I'll just glue them onto the back. So here I'm just gluing on the 2 ties. The original apron did not have a tie, but I really think that it should have had a tie, so here I am doing that. And then here for the neck, I just glue one side down, and then I glue the other side down once I position it around my gingerbread man, because I want to make sure that I am not hanging down too low or strangling his little neck. So I glue the other side down, and then I just trim off the excess. And I think this little apron looks a lot better. If you want to make your apron longer, you could totally do that as well. I just absolutely love the long skinny legs on this dude, and I wanted them to still show. So here I am kind of tacking down the tails in the back, and I do trim them so they don't show through the other side. But here's that so far. Now I'm going to take a couple of pom-poms off the Dollar Tree pom-pom ribbon, and I am going to glue them to either side of my little apron there. I am taking a coordinating fabric from Dollar Tree and cutting some pieces. One is going to be the bow tie piece, and then I'm also going to make a little pocket for this apron. For the pocket, I take the larger piece and fold it over, and then I just cut a U shape, and that way I'll have a cute little pocket. I had to trim it down a couple of times to get the desired size, but whatever you like. And once your pocket is done, I just glue it to the front of this apron with some hot glue, and I think this is so adorable. Now for my other little piece of this fabric, I'm just going to grab a piece of string and go ahead and tie it in the middle and create a little bow tie for his neck. Once my little bow tie is created and all fluffed out, I will glue that in its rightful position there on the neck, and he is coming along. I think he just looks so much cuter. Let me know if you would revamp yours. I then took one more strand of that fabric and glued it around the top of the hat so everything goes together. Then I replaced that little floral piece on the top of the hat, and you have an adorable little gingerbread man. Here is what he looks like with my little gingies from a Hobby Lobby and the centerpiece that we just created. I'm absolutely in love with him, and I think he's just gonna look so cute with all of my other gingerbread decor. So let me know what you think about my little makeover. These next few DIYs are gingerbread ornaments that go together. I'm going to separate them, but they are each super cute, and here's what they look like: an ornament, a candy cane, and a gingerbread man. So I grab another one of these candy cane wreath forms, and I'm going to cover the entire thing in twine. This is not as tedious as it looks. It really only takes about 20 to 30 minutes depending on if you get in the groove of just wrapping it around. Dollar Tree does sell this particular twine in a 3-pack in their hardware section. They also sell a thinner twine, or if you are just not into this wrapping, they also sell rope, which would not take as long at all. But I really enjoyed this. It's just kind of mindless fun to me. So I wrapped this entire thing all the way around, hot gluing down here and there where necessary, but really there wasn't too much hot glue required. And here is what it looks like. When that is complete, I sprayed my candy cane wreath form with some Gorilla Glue spray, but any type of spray adhesive would be perfect. Grab any type of glitter that you like. I used these 2 types, and I sprinkled it generously over this wreath form. I then grabbed some puffy paint. You can find puffy paint at Dollar Tree, and I just decorated my gingerbread candy cane by going all along the outline. And then once the outline was done, I thought it looked a little too plain still, so I did some little stripes with my puffy paint but the sky is the limit. You can make this more colorful if you wanted to. You could omit the glitter if you're just not a glittery person. You could also use some Dollar Tree faux snow if you prefer that over glitter. But here is what it looks like together with our other items that we're going to be making. I think it is just so cute, and also with my little faux cherry pie that I love from another DIY, which I can link below that video. Now let's get into the other two pieces for this set. Here they are. I just love this little gingerbread guy. I'm doing gingerbread in my kitchen this year. So I grabbed this little gingerbread man from Dollar Tree. I did not care for his tinsely appearance. So I'm going to take off all embellishments, the face, the buttons, and the little parts that are supposed to be faux icing, I suppose. I'm going to just rip them all off the best I can, trying to preserve them. Then I'm going to go right on top of this tinsel and cover this with twine similar to the last project. You can remove the tinsel if you want to. I actually like leaving it on there because I feel like it adds a little bit of padding between your twine and your actual wreath form, but that is totally up to you. I do have to go in with scissors and kind of trim off some of that tinsel where it might be sticking out, but that is no problem for me. And Dollar Tree also sells some little pink detailing scissors that would be perfect for this project. You may need to use little dabs of hot glue when you get to the arms just to get everything to lay correctly, but you can really wrap these any way that you like. I just kind of got up toward the top of the arm and then wrapped around from there, as you can see. Then I continued to wrap the head. Once I get to the hat part, I'm going to stop because I had this twine from Dollar Tree that was the tan and red color. I wrapped the hat in that. Then I cover my little gingerbread man in the spray glue, again from Gorilla Glue, but you can use any type that you like. And I go ahead and sugar him by using these two types of glitter. But again, you can use Dollar Tree faux snow if you wanted to. Once that is done and everything is shook off, I do add a little ground cinnamon to him. I just think that that looked so nice, and it actually smells amazing. And cinnamon will not attract rodents or insects to your home. It's actually a repellent. Then I grabbed some of this Dollar Tree pom-pom garland and put it along the hat. I added a few pom-poms in. I also added some pom-poms to the tip of the hat. I added back some of the felt pieces as I liked. I used a couple of pom-poms from the pom-pom garland to be the buttons, and then I just drew on my face with this Dollar Tree puffy paint, but you could use the face pieces that originally came on this gingerbread man if you so chose. And here is an adorable, wonderful smelling faux cookie for your kitchen, dining room, or any area in your house. This would also be an amazing gift for a gingerbread lover, in my opinion. Okay guys, let's get into the last piece of this little gingerbread set, which is a big faux ornament cookie. So same thing, I remove the embellishments, which is the bow. I remove the little gems on there, the little snowflakes, and then I wrap it. Now I do put a strip in the middle of the red and tan twine. Now as you see, I did put some painter's tape on the back. I didn't want to wrap all the way around to the back because it was kind of misshaping the ornament. So I just wrapped it, and then on either side in the back I made a cut, and then I just taped it down with the painter's tape. Then I decorated the front of my faux cookie with a Dollar Tree puffy paint again. And I did sugar this with the glitter, if I forgot to mention that, but how cute. For DIY 11, I'm going to show you how you can make some cute ornaments out of Dollar Tree plates. And you can do this in snowmen. I've done some really cute snowmen, or whatever you like, but just choose your paint color. I have Chestnut by Apple Barrel, and I'm going to mix it with some caulking to create a thicker paint. And then these plates come, I believe, 8 to a pack from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to paint these plates up both sides again. I believe I used 2 coats again. Here is what this looks like. I got some gunk on the back of there. I don't know. Anyway, so putting on a little face, I'm going to use this puffy paint. You can find this at Dollar Tree. I'm just going to create a little nose, making a kind of bean-like shape there. But you can do anything you like. I'm sure there are people that are a lot better with puffy paint than I am. I am then going to create two large oval shape for my ginger person's eyeballs, and I will then create a mouth. When I do this mouth, I have the right side kind of drooping down a little bit. I know that sounds weird. I promise you my gingerbread person is not sick. I am just making space to put a cute little laughing smile. So it looks kind of funny right now, but when I come in with that red puff paint and give it a little tongue, I think it looks really cute. Of course, this is optional. Do your mouth however you would like to. Now I'm coming in with some white puffy paint, and I'm going all around the outline of my little gingerbread. And how cute is that? I also put some little dots in the eyes for little lights. I put a little bow upon her head, and there she is. And moving right along.
So this next one is an oldie but a goodie. I created this right after I had started YouTube, so my footage is not the best, but the idea is really good, I think, and I thought that this was adorable, so I wanted to share it again since it fits in with today's theme. I took a green styrofoam wreath form from Dollar Tree and covered it in some ribbon. I believe this ribbon came from Dollar General, but any ribbon that you like to cover your wreath form with would be great. Then I took these two little gingerbread ornaments from Hobby Lobby. You could probably find something similar 50 or 60% off right now. I just removed the tags and glued them down to the bottom of my wreath in a position that I liked. Then I'm going to add a couple of ornaments that coordinate. I'm just going to glue them behind my gingerbread people. So I have the red and white one, and then I glued a red one on either side, just kind of tacking it down where it touches. Hobby Lobby has some miniature gingerbread ornaments that you can use to decorate your wreath with, and they also have some picks that have candy pieces that you can cut off. I did add some ribbon to the back of my wreath behind those ornaments for a little bit of stability, and here's what that looks like so far. Now I have some greenery from Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree sells pretty greenery as well. I'm just going to pop some on either side of my gingerbread people and a couple of berries just here and there. You can fill this out as much or as little as you would like to, but here is what mine looks like. And when all of that is done, I'm going to add a little bow to the top. This ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. It's kind of a sugared ribbon. It looks really pretty. I love the glitter on it. I'm just forming a simple 2-loop on either side bow, tying it in the middle, cutting off any excess, and then I am just going to fluff it out really well and glue it down to the top of my wreath. Again, I just thought this was so cute. I added another gingerbread piece to the middle of the bow, and I had some of this red and white yarn that I'm going to use as a hanger. I actually gifted this to a neighbor a couple of years ago, a little neighborhood girl who really loved it. So I hope this gives you an idea of something that you can create using stuffies, and Dollar Tree also carries stuffies sometimes too, so keep an eye out for that. So here is another DIY idea that I had created when I had first started YouTube. And so again, the footage is a little old, but this was a great idea as well. Just take a candy cane wreath form. You can find this at Dollar Tree, or if your Dollar Tree doesn't have them, you can find something like this at Hobby Lobby. I found this beautiful candy ribbon, I believe from Dollar General, but Hobby Lobby should carry something similar. I just covered my wreath form by wrapping it around. Now here is this greenery again that Hobby Lobby carries. I cut it down and started placing it on my candy cane. Hobby Lobby does carry these beautiful picks that have these candy pieces on them. So I just got a couple of picks and cut off these candy pieces, and they should still carry something similar to this, as well as a little gingerbread man that came on one of the picks. I added him in as well, and just continued adding some more of that greenery until I like the look. This is so easy. I love how candy and gingerbread go together, and that is a cute, adorable candy cane wreath for you. Thank you so much for watching today. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't and give me a big thumbs up. Happy holidays and take care, friends. I will see you soon.